Good morning and welcome to Kramer's Corner with the daily technical update. It is Wednesday the 26th of June. I do apologize about my voice. I have a bit of a summer cold, so my voice is a little bit, and I'm a little bit a blocked nose. Anyway, let's move on. And today we're not going to talk much about Nvidia. We're going to talk about Meta that pushed higher yesterday, and it's keeping itself in this rising channel-like pattern here, pushing higher towards previous all-time highs. And I think it will be reached here in a few days or a couple of weeks. We have no divergence on the RSI. On the daily RSI, there is is showing bullish sentiment, positive sentiment. Also on the weekly chart, there's no divergence, indicating likely higher levels, and we could potentially see it pushing towards 576 if it takes out the previous peak here at 531.5. If it drops below that little thing I highlighted there, is the 492.39. If it closes below that, well, then the uptrend is at least short-term demolished, and we could see a sell-off down to around 475. On the general market, let's have a look at S&P 500. We had a little bit of bounce yesterday, so for now it was not much of a correction really. There's still potential down to the 38.2 retracement at 5,385. However, as highlighted in my written report yesterday on S&P 500 and Nasdaq, there is no divergence on the RSI. The values are corresponding nicely with higher levels here and higher levels on the index, and it is trading in this rising channel, indicating we are likely to see higher levels on S&P 500, almost similar to the Nasdaq index that didn't really touch the key support area, that this gap area here either. We could still do that, but as you can see here also, there's no divergence on the RSI. Market is still in balance, not imbalance, in balance, at least short term, and I think we could see a push higher towards new highs despite having this top reversal pattern. The question is, how deep will this correction be before pushing higher? On the European market, it did help them a little bit from the US market. We have EUROSTOXX 50 this morning, currently trading above 49.49, likely to push towards 5,000. Can it break above the cloud area, and can RSI close back above 60? Well, then we can see a push towards previous peaks. DAX index also pushing higher. If it can get back above the cloud, about 18,500, well, then they're also looking at previous peaks, and we have some resistance here at 18,785. The AX index still keeping itself above the rising trend line, and the support here at 918 and pushing to new highs, and I think we'll see higher levels towards 940, 950 here in a fairly short term. CAC index that has been struggling and is still struggling despite bouncing off a key support here. I think the bounce can continue a little bit further, 7,800 possibly, maybe even not even that, and then I think we'll see another selling pressure coming back. But it is a little bit up in the air at the moment. If we can get back above 7,800, well, then we're looking at about 79 and 79.55. Finally, on the Swiss market, if it can close above 12,182, well, then I think the top reversal pattern here will be neutralized, and we will see a push higher towards 12,425, 12,500. If it takes out 11,955, well, then we will see a sell-off towards 11,770, possibly lower. Euro dollar has formed this double bottom-like pattern here, but it hasn't confirmed that it needs to break above 107.65 for confirmation of that. Let's zoom in a little bit. we could see a test of 106.65 one more time. If it does break below, I think then we'll see a sell-off down to 106 level. It really needs to take out to confirm double bottom, but I think it should be regarded as busted. We have so much overhead resistance here with 55 coming down, 21 moving average, and also 100 and 200 kind of putting a lid on it. Euro sterling resuming downtrend. Have a little bit of a top and reversal pattern here short term with this massive doji here and a bearish candle yesterday. I think we will see a test of the 84 support, key support shortly. If it takes out 84, well then 84, 85 level, well then I think we will see a push up towards 85. Cable, well, it still has this bullish engulfing bottom of reversal indicator, and the RSI is still in a positive sentiment, but it's moving in a falling trend channel. If it takes out a 126.20, well, then I think we're looking at 125.60 level, where the 200 moving average will give some support. We also have the cloud area down here giving some support, and in general this area here down to around 25 will also give some support. But I think it seems like it can't really push higher despite having this bullish engulfing pattern. I believe we'll see a push lower in coming days. Dollar yen, well, not really much to say. 126.25, 126.35, maybe even 161 here in the next couple of days. I believe we'll see that, but it is short term a bit stressed. But these are levels not seen, well, obviously since April, but then we have to go really far back to 1992 to see levels like this. Euro yen pausing a little bit. There is divergence on the RSI. We could have a little bit of a setback. I don't have a top and reversal pattern in place, but we could have a little bit of a setback, but the uptrend is intact. Potential up to 172, 173. Aussie yen has been really on the move lately. And also again yesterday pushing towards the 107, almost there, and I think we will see a push higher to 107.88, which is the October 2017 peak. 2007 peak, where there can be some resistance. That was when the financial crisis started to unfold, that we saw Aussie yen at this level. Sterling yen stalling a little bit, and we could see a little bit of a setback. I don't have a top and reversal pattern in place here either, but also here there's no resistance until around 214, which is also the October 2007 peak. We are short term a bit stressed though, and there's divergence on the RSI. But what I would do, I will add a little bit of a trend line there. As long as we stay above that one, well then I will consider it being a bullish trend, and until it breaks below 198.90. But we could also, first warning could be that if it breaks below and close below 245, 200.45 to be exact. Aussie dollar trying to push again towards the key resistance here at 67.15. I'm not quite sure it will break it, but as the RSI is indicating, if we can get RSI back above 60, then I think we'll see a push higher, and then we are looking at levels towards 67.5, 68. Dollar Canada not really doing much either, trading in this wide range here between 135.90 and 137.85. Are still in favor of the upside due to the fact that RSI is still in a positive sentiment, with no divergence indicating we like to see higher highs. Euro Swiss are struggling to break back above the 200 moving average, and it needs to close above 96.06 for a further upside potential to 96.75. If it takes out 94.64, well then further selling pressure down to around 93 should be seen. Dollar Swiss strong resistance around 90. That could be a little bit of a worry for if you are a dollar Swiss bull. 55 moving average coming down, so there's a little bit of overhead resistance, or also the cloud here. And but on the other hand, there is divergence on the RSI indicating this was the bottom, and we are likely to push higher. But we definitely need a break above a 90 level. The dollar index, well, in this wide range here, very short term and uptrend. We are above the cloud. We are above 55 moving. Well, we are actually above all moving averages. But I want to see RSI to close back above 60 before I call a push towards 106.35, 107 level. Moving on to the commodities market, and starting with gold as usual. Back below the 55 moving average, I think we could see a pressure on the 2285 key support level. If it breaks below that, well, then we are looking at 2200 in this range here. It really needs to get back above 2388 for upside potential, and we need the RSI back above the 60 threshold. It is struggling to get up there at the moment. First indication will be a close above the upper falling trend line here. But if silver is again a guide, or the canary in a coal mine, well, then the sell-off in silver yesterday could be the warning signal. However, as you can see, if I draw this support line here, it actually touched the 28.65.66 spike down there just above the 61.8 retracement at 28.5. I think we will see lower levels, but I need confirmation. I want to see a break of that. I want to see a break below the cloud area, and the RSI is still in a positive sentiment. There's no divergence, so it is. We do have a falling trend, lower lows, lower highs, and lower lows, and so on. But I need confirmation the next couple of days to can it actually continue, or will it slowly turn around? But at the moment, sellers are still the strongest ones. The platinum is still struggling around the 1,000 level and couldn't even touch the 1,015. Will it have another go again? Possibly, but it is struggling at the moment. 1,015 should be observed. Just have a very quick look at palladium this time. As you can see here, it is trading in this falling trend channel here, and I want a breakout before it actually for a reversal. It has been fairly heavy lately. We are below all moving averages, below 200, below the cloud. It needs to close above 1,000 at least to get any upside potential. On the energy market, not much to say compared to the past couple of days. On the WTI, hovering around this 81 level here. It seems to me it can't really gain upside potential to 83, 85 level, and we have the 55 moving average coming down, we have the 200 coming down, but we have the 100 coming down. So there's a lot of conflicting going on there. So I would stay on the sideline a little bit, and I think we will fade a little bit lower here in coming days, and maybe have another go later on. Brent crude oil, same picture really. So let's just jump onto another market. Oh, sorry, I forgot about copper. How can I do that? Copper that actually broke and closed below 443. Has confirmed and continued or resumed the downtrend, currently testing the 40 threshold, but actually did close below yesterday. So we are in a negative sentiment and in a bearish trend, but potentially down to around the 424, which is the 61.8 retracement, possibly down to the support around 416. But since we are below the cloud, and if we break below the 100 moving average, we could actually see further selling. It really needs to get back above 459 for any meaningful upside potential, but at the moment doesn't really look like it. And moving on to the US Treasury, 10-year US Treasury yields, still holding on above 417. All right, that's all for today. Have a nice day and happy trading.